This was the largest military operation in human history. In 1941, the German army assembled 5.5 million troops, 19 armored divisions, equipped with 4,300 tanks, supported by 4,950 Stuka dive bombers, launched a large-scale blitzkrieg against the Soviet Union. The front line stretched more than 1,800 kilometers. Because the Soviet High Command was unprepared strategically, within only 3 weeks, the Germans had advanced more than 300 miles into Soviet territory. At that time, Germany deployed 51 army divisions, about 1.4 million soldiers. Under the command of General von Bock, they advanced rapidly along the road to Moscow, soon reaching the defensive line at the Dnieper River. Just as the Germans were about to approach Moscow, the Soviet leadership was still conducting internal purges. At this time, the NKVD was interrogating General Kodiak, who was responsible for defending the Dnieper River. Because he refused to confess, he was tortured, beaten so badly that his face was swollen and his teeth were knocked out. But at that moment, a call suddenly came from higher command, ordering the NKVD to release Kodiak immediately, because the front at the Dnieper River was in urgent need. Kodiak, under critical orders, immediately went to the hospital to get a set of dentures and then took a plane straight to the Dnieper front, where he was responsible for defending 100,000 soldiers and a large railway repair station. After arriving, he immediately mobilized 15,000 civilians to build fortifications along the river, digging trenches and anti-tank ditches. 3 defensive lines were established along the Dnieper, aiming only to delay the German advance and buy time for the rear forces to mobilize. Because of the lack of anti-tank guns, the Soviet soldiers had to use large numbers of homemade Molotov cocktails. Veterans even drew diagrams of German tanks, teaching the new recruits how to throw the bottles accurately into the engine ventilation ports. Meanwhile, Soviet scouts discovered in the southern part of the Dnieper that the German vanguard troops were crossing the bridge. The German 23rd Infantry Division, under the command of Major General Helmets, with 2 regiments, launched an attack from the south. Stuka dive bombers roared down, bombing the Soviet positions violently. The civilians working on the fortifications fled in panic, while Soviet soldiers immediately entered their positions, preparing for battle.